just trying to figure this out. I'm trying to, I'm really new to this Switch thing. Um, so I'm just, I gotta find out how to send a link to this. Oh, I'm so bad. All right. Streaming tools. Oh, Jesus. Community roles, activity manager. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe if I go to channel and then show, I'm hearing myself now. And then I can, oh, here, share URL. Okay. So I'm gonna send this to my friends. Okay, check. And then I guess I can put it on Facebook. Um. All right. So I think we're good. Pop out the chat. So. How do I do this? There's another viewer here. Welcome. Or maybe that could just be me. I think that might just be me. Oh man, I gotta figure out how to do this. Okay, give me a second. Thank you for sticking with me. The food will begin, but I have 2 viewers. Man, where's my chat box? Oh, where are you? No chat. Okay, is this it? Not whispers. Edit actions. Oh, here, chat. Okay, I see the chat box now. Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody to my channel. I'm gonna do eating lunch because I'm hungry, and I figured this would be something that I could do with people because I don't know, I'm just having fun with this Switch thing. So anyways, today my wonderful husband got me some delicious food from Arnold's. Okay, so for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Mako, and actually many people call me Eddie, but my name is Mako on the username. But I live in Thailand, and sometimes it's really difficult to find like good like burger food. I mean, we have McDonald's, and I eat McDonald's, and it's good. I enjoy it, but like good burger, restaurant quality burger. And there's a place called Arnaud's that sells kind of decently priced burgers that are quite big. But actually, their specialty is steak, like aged steak. So they'll have like 100 or 120 or 80-day aged steak, and it's really good. It's not cheap though. So FYI, not cheap. But with that said, I figured I would come and sort of talk to myself and to people in the chat. If you're in the chat, feel free to say hello to me. Let me know your names and stuff. But I figure, why not eat and talk to people, or in this case, talk to myself. So I have like 3 packets of ketchup. So I'm gonna get myself ready. So in here, sorry, I just feel like I gotta kneel down. My chair is like way too high, or I gotta put my computer up. I promise I'll figure all these little semantic, like all these little things out a little bit later, because I'm trying to get my computer set up all good and stuff. But hopefully that will be okay, and you can see me and my food. All right, so here I have the French fries, and I only have like little packets of ketchup. Anyways, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing all right. Let me put this up in the box. So today my husband went and got me some Arnold's. So I have some French fries. I have the burger, which I'm gonna start eating, and then I also have my cup of water with ice. I have we bought an ice maker today, and it's pretty good. It's decent. And I have my Coke Zero. Now, some of you may think, oh well, why are you drinking Coke Zero, Diet Coke instead of regular Coke? Well, part of it is because I really like to eat, but I kind of like want to stay fit too. So a while back, what I did is I sort of just forced myself to drink Diet Coke, and I got kind of used to it. Um, like, and now I really like Diet Coke a lot. In fact, like I feel like if I go to McDonald's or Burger King, and they don't have Diet Coke, I will literally say that's okay and turn around and leave, because that's how important Diet Coke is to me. Now that's not to say I don't particularly like regular soda anymore either. Anyways, I have Coke Zero, and as you can see, it has it in Thai, which means no sugar. I also have some Sprite Zero too, because it's why not an extra soda for me. I also have this boba tea drink with boba balls, and then they kind of like brown sugar kind, and then um, they also took like a flame and flamed the top, so it's quite good. All right. So, anyways, and because I don't have that much, oh, they did put ketchup. So they put ketchup. I need to make sure that I don't hit these. So they brought ketchup and some of this little sauce stuff. So this is like, let's see. So this is like regular ketchup. Okay. And then we also have this. I think it's like chili sauce mixed with mayonnaise. Pretty good. I also have some chili sauce, just to add a little flavor. I love the flavor burst. And ooh, there's some mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise. I know there's people that don't like mayonnaise, but I don't know. I kind of like mayonnaise. I think it tastes good. And I have salt. I love salt. I know people are gonna think this is disgusting, but like in Thailand, they don't really put too much salt and stuff. Like usually it's sweet and spicy, and I love that. But sometimes I just need good old-fashioned saltiness in my mouth. So that's what I do. Anyways, needless to say, I'm gonna pour these. Oh, you can't really see the French fries if I pour them out. Well, let's see if I can point this down a little bit. You can see sort of like my face and the French fries. We just bought an air fryer, and I noticed like you put some crispy stuff in it, and it makes it good. Of course, not as good as when you take it right outside of the the fryer, the oil fryer, but good nonetheless. Before I start, I'm gonna put a little sanitizer onto my hands, make sure it's clean. Okay, and we're gonna show you the star of the show. It's gonna be this lovely burger. See how big it is in relationship to my head. It's quite large. I like to think that I have a intellectual, smart head. And then we're going to open it up. And I want to show you. Oh, it looks so good. I mean, it's kind of a big burger, if you can kind of tell. I know the lettuce is a little. I think it's just because it's sort of more of the darker lettuce, right? But they have the cheese, the onions on top. Maybe next time I'll have like a better camera. Oh, there's like bacon on top too. Look at the bacon. I would have preferred the bacon to be a little crispy, but it's okay. It's still good. So I'll put this over here. Oh, so good. I really love food. I'm just letting you all know that. I gotta make sure this is getting on camera because this is the first time. Oh, I lost a viewer. Aw. Nah, that's okay. Whatever. Bitrate is going okay. Let's see. So, I know, enough talking already. The stream is going good. So let's begin, shall we? Let's begin. So I'm gonna begin by taking a bite out of this wonderful sandwich. You know, the first bite. Or yes. Okay. Let me put that in my mouth. Mmm. Oh god. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my god. Mmm. Mmm. That burger is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I you know, the restaurant is kind of far from here. It's gonna be 30-minute drive, 25 at least. And so when I bit into that burger, like, and it was still juicy, I couldn't believe it. It was like delicious, like super delicious. All right, so let's try the French fries. You know, French fries, you know, sometimes they're hit and miss. Let's see. Not bad. Not bad, actually. Pretty good. Well, not bad. Like, you know, some of the more crispy pieces are kind of a little bit more like potato chips. So, with that said, I'm gonna put some salt on this. Okay. Oh, so much. I know you're gonna say, oh, there's so much salt. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Let's try some ketchup on it. Oh, sorry. You guys don't even know. And this ketchup is a little bit on the like tart side. There's a little, like a zing at the end. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh. Oh goodness, I feel like you guys can see so much down there. Let me just move it so it's a little more pleasing to see. Oh, so embarrassing. Alright, sorry. It's because I got some sauce in there. Alright. So, today was pretty good. Woke up a little early. Well, I usually wake up at like 5 in the morning. But today what did I do? I woke up. What time did I wake up? I woke up. Well, the alarm clock told me to wake up at, I think, 6:30. So I woke up and then I put on silent and I was like, wake me up in another hour and a half. Because, you know, they say we sleep in hour and a half zones. Like, you know, the first 30 minutes it goes down and we go up, like, with our sleep things. So anyways, I set my alarm clock for an hour and a half later. And then I woke up and I was still tired, but I don't know. I still felt like I couldn't wake up. But I don't know. Like, you can't wake up. Like, you're tired, but then you can't go to sleep. So I just forced myself to get up, and then I don't. What did I do? I think I went for a walk outside. I walked to 7-Eleven to get some like sushi. Well, they call it sushi, but it's like, you know, musubi, for those of you that are from Hawaii. Mm. Mm. And yeah, walked around, came back, and told myself to apply for some jobs and stuff. So I did that. I did apply for like two to ask for some information, and yeah, and that was good. I was kind of proud of myself. And after that, I went walking and I went on Twitch. Mm. And I've been kind of like getting into. I like watching Final Fantasy VI, which is like an old Super Nintendo game. I'm watching people play it for the first time. I don't know why. I think that game is my favorite game. I think it's because when I was young, I had friends, we played it, and I remember borrowing video games. My brother borrowing video games. He used to do it for me. And playing it, and it was just, I don't know, really awesome. And so sometimes when I play it, it thinks back to the simpler times where you don't have to work anymore. And yeah, it's kind of nice. And I played it over and over again. They did some re-releases and stuff, and but now I've been on Twitch, just for fun. I mean, it'd be great if I had maybe like 1 or 2 people watch me on my channel. I think that would be fun. But I've been trying just try out Twitch. I've been watching people playing Final Fantasy VI, like on Twitch, and I like the people that like allow sort of backseat gaming. I think when you become like big, like you don't want to hear people like tell you what to do, I guess. But like, there's like 2 people that I'm watching. I think it's Miesha and Bucket Sama. So I guess, Master Bucket. Bucket Sama. And I like watching them. It's kind of fun. Like just chatting with them and talking about stuff, like giving tips. Like, I don't know, it makes me feel useful. Especially since, there's not that many people in their rooms, at the moment. So it's sort of like more personal. It's like you're talking. They are pretty crispy, actually, the French fries. I'm surprised that you can hear them. Actually, you know what I did? Because I don't know if you were here when I talked about it, but, these are like 30-minute-year-old fries, 30 minutes. And so I put them in if you know what an air fryer is? You put them, you just take them and you put them in an air fryer, for a few minutes, like one of those machines. And, the other day I went to McDonald's and I put the McDonald's fries in the air fryer. And they actually taste pretty close to, like, what they tasted like at McDonald's. But these are some pretty freaking good fries. Like, when I took a look into the package, like, you know how you can tell, like, there's the really crispy ones? That, like, this one, like, if you could really see this, you would see it's, like, saturated with, like it's, like, saturated with oil. But these ones are the really good ones. Yeah. They are super crispy. I'm surprised you can hear this. So, well, thank you, Spring Roll Polly? Pill. Pop. Sorry, I'm butchering your names, but thank you, Spring, for sharing. I hope you're enjoying it. How's your day going? Or whoever's in the chat. Oh, so good. Oh, the burger's so good too. You can tell there's kind of a rare. I think my husband probably asked for medium, but sometimes I think, they cook with a lot of pork here, so there is no medium with pork. Oh, it's 2 a.m. over there? Yeah. I'm actually in Thailand right now. So, you know, you could take a late night run to a good burger place. Um, do you have any burger places in your area? Um, if so, cause like I don't know if you know it. You hopefully you know where In-N-Out Burger is, but you know what it is. But In-N-Out Burgers would be super right now too. This is kind of like restaurant burger, so it's sort of like super like thick and like gourmetish. Mm. It's but it's pretty good. I'm rather surprised though. Um, was usually when you take out food from a restaurant, it's not as good as it's not as good as oh, your question. So why cool, why you in Thai? Well, so actually, long story short, I met my husband, who is Thai, when I was working at Penn State University. Um, After he graduated with his doctorate, he came here and had to teach. So I came here, to teach too. And that was like 7 years ago. I love Thailand. Um, it's what is it called? It's an awesome place. I mean, of course, all the pandemic stuff is happening, but if you get a chance, spring, you should definitely come, because it's I mean, the food is delicious. Wow, you can try so hard, pretty smart, but um, you know, what's so funny is because when you say that, like smart, like sometimes like smart people are not that, like, you would think that they're smart, but they're not that smart. I mean, I can get crazy sometimes, but like some people I'm just like, and like my husband, same thing. Like, there's a lot of not so brilliant, people who have doctors. Mm. There's nothing like drinking like a nice Diet Coke when you're like, what is it called? Eating. Um, yeah. So, uh, yeah, that's why I'm here, and I've been here for since 2012. 2012. Oh, actually, I'm supposed to be. I actually teach in China, so technically, if the pandemic wasn't happening, I'd be teaching there right now. Um, but what can you do? But I'm not complaining. I'm teaching online to my students in China, which is actually kind of good because we have a house here, and I have like this is like my office area, um, in the house, and I think yeah, but yeah. So I've just been kind of here and walking around. Things are kind of decent here in Thailand in terms of the corona. There aren't too many cases, and I can go to the mall now, which is thank God, because I was kind of going crazy just like walking around my neighborhood and ordering on like the Thai Amazon. Mm. Mm. So, Spring, if you're there, oh, Yeah, I think they're kind of conservative and whatnot, and it's kind of interesting because I think over here there's kind of, like in America there's kind of, sort of equality, everybody's equal, but there's sort of like a social status here, and most people who have a lot of status are doctors, and doctors will say don't do this, and so the doctors maybe are you know influencing government to be careful, but it's weird. You may not know this, like in Thailand, Thai people love malls. They love to go to malls. I mean, like, there's like a mega mall, like a Mall of America, like everywhere in Bangkok. I mean, everywhere. Um, oh, Casarius Rex, welcome. It's so this is so Spring. This is my good friend. He's in Hong Kong right now. Um, he's thank you. We can call me Mako. Casarius. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, I was talking about malls, but yeah, there's malls all over the place. And so on the weekends, when people get off, like, because it's so hot here, it's like 95 degrees outside. Um, and it's 95 degrees the whole year. How are you doing, Kael? Sorry, I hope it's okay if I'm using your real name. Um, yeah, 95 degrees and like, what is it called? And so like people just want air conditioning. Like, I cannot imagine living in this country without air conditioning. I think I would that's first world problems. I'm very spoiled, I know. Mm. Oh my god. It's so good. I feel like I'm talking so much and not eating. Anyways, but that's what people do. Like, yeah, have you been to Asia before, Spring? Taylor, you're in Hong Kong, so this bunny mall is there. You get taught there. But anyways, I love going to the malls. I mean, some people like being outside. Oh, okay. Vietnam. I've never been there before. I definitely have to go. Kyle, have you been to Vietnam before? So I'm trying to move my chat thing. Vietnam, I've heard, is quite nice too. And I've heard the bread is very nice in Vietnam. Yeah, Kael's a photographer. He takes beautiful. Yeah, I know. Definitely have to go. Banh mi is dope. Yeah, I know. Ugh. I would love to go to Vietnam. I heard they have what is it called? Banh mi. What is? You gotta look that up. Oh. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Cause so Kaeo and I are actually from we're from Hawaii, and there's several like Vietnam. There's plenty of Vietnamese like in the state, but like they have like they serve the sandwiches. It's quite good. Oh my god, that's so good. Yeah, I gotta try those Vietnamese sandwiches. Right after drink. Oh my god, these fries are like super crispy. Oh, where did you go to Hawaii? Oh, miss Hawaii sometimes. So great. So
we live we live on the Big Island, you know where the volcano is. Oh, Honolulu. You know, that's where that's where we go to, you know, be in the city life. I would say, because our town like has like nothing, but Honolulu has, you know, they have malls and they have freeways and you know you got mountains and you know all that stuff. Love to go to. Well, I love Honolulu. Although there is one thing, it is a bit more expensive, and the traffic can be crazy. Hmm. What did you do in Honolulu? Outdoor market? Any outdoor markets? I wonder if it's the you know, because the Aloha Stadium used to have a, what is it called? A swap meet kind of market, but the international market is in Waikiki. I like the international markets. It's quite nice. Mm. I think yeah, you know, Kayo. Mm. Maybe the one, maybe the international market. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Well, hopefully you like Hawaii. They revamped it. Oh yeah, yeah. They. Well, it's been a while since I've been to Honolulu. Mm. You know, sometimes when I drink soda, like the soda is even better than the food, especially when the soda's like super cold with the bubbles. Mm. Mm. There was a kiosk there to get your own pearls. And so, yeah. Is that the kind where you can like they open up the pearls and then when you open it up they say you have to say aloha. Mm. That's so funny. I like that. It's so good. I and then you can make like a decoration with the pearl, like the necklace and the pearls. This is so good. I think that's kind of like funny, but sort of like cute. Um, did you buy anything from the kiosks with the pearls? Mm. I think you know actually where I work in China is like famous because you know everything's made in China. No, but the people I did was with did. Oh, cool. Well, you know, you get to have all the fun, but just you don't actually have to pay for the pearl. You know, so it's kind of nice, I think. Um, but I was saying like in China. So the city I actually work in China is like this is a famous pearl market, and apparently they kind of do the same thing. But like but the market when you open up the pearls, sometimes there's like 15 like small pearls inside. I'm like, there's something like, why is there 15 pearls inside? So, anyways, I think just something interesting to kind of learn about, I would say. So, Spring, what was maybe your favorite thing you like about Hawaii? Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Oh, French fries are so good. Mm. Oh, let's try some ketchup. Oh my god, yeah. the valleys in Oahu, I mean, they're just breathtaking and beautiful. I mean, I love my island. You know, so on the Big Island, I mean, you can actually take all the islands and put them on our on our island. But yeah, the valleys are just they're so beautiful, and in fact, I just like I love the beauty of my island. It's different, but there's something about Oahu that is just like it's just majestic, I would say. Yeah, it's weather. Um, you know, so the whole reason why I'm actually in Thailand, I mean, it's a good thing because so my husband he got a scholarship, a Thai government scholarship. It's called the King Scholarship. So he's pretty smart. Um, so he got a full ride to get his PhD from Penn State, but the only that's a crispy one. The only thing is he has to come back and he has to come back and teach for 10 years. So we're on year 6.5, so maybe 3.5, 4 years, and then we're planning on moving back to Hawaii, to be close to my family. So at least another 4 or 5 years, and then go back to Hawaii. And I love Hawaii. It's like the best place. Now it can get expensive, but like, yeah, 10 years, and this is like, but they pay for everything. So they pay for tuition, books, housing. Like, in fact, the money that they give them for like housing, like in the U.S. is like higher than like what a regular person here makes like a month. And he got what is it called? He works at one of the best universities in Thailand, which is good. So, but unfortunately, professors don't make very much in Thailand. So that's kind of one of the downsides. But I guess as a foreigner teaching over here, like I was making good money. So but yeah, you go back. He loves plants. Like, our garden is just beautiful. I mean, we've only had this house for 2 years, but I mean, it looks like a forest outside. Maybe I'll show you guys later. But yeah, so so I love Thailand, but and I get a lot. People are very nice here. People are very beautiful here too. Like, I think, because the plastic surgery is quite cheap here. But this nose is real. I promise. But I like years ago I would go to the club and you look at people and their noses and I'm like, oh, that person's nose is so beautiful, and they all have beautiful noses. Anyways, I don't know what I was talking about, but I was talking about noses being beautiful in Thailand. I think if you wanted to get your jawline done over here, this would probably be a good place to come. Because it's also not as cheap. So I'll give you an example of how cheap medical stuff is here. So in KL, you'll know Eric. So Eric is a friend of ours. I recruited him. Oh, you don't trust the Vietnamese docs? Thailand docs, I think you can trust. You can trust them for sure. So our friend Eric, I recruited him to teach at the school we were working at. But anyways, long story short, he had this cough. He was coughing so much all the time, and so he wanted me to take him to the doctor. So we took him to the doctor. So we drove. We live about 30 kilometers outside of the city. So we drove him to like the best hospital. It's like ranked the 9th best hospital in the world. And you walk into the hospital and it's like you are going into the Hyatt Hotel. I mean, they have pillars that are made out of marble, And then you go up the elevator to the sky lobby to register, and they have these beautiful desks and these beautiful furniture. And then somebody comes up to you and is like, "Hi, how can we help you today?" And and then it's like, "Oh, you want to register?" And so you register. It takes maybe a couple minutes. You sit down with the person, ask questions. Then after that, they make your appointment, and you walk into the waiting room. Or no, they tell you, "Oh, go to the 10th floor." So you go to the 10th floor. You walk in the waiting room. They already know, why you're there. There's like drinks there for you, like bottled water and juice. So we're sitting. They have like little tables, like free Wi-Fi. I mean, it's just amazing. So, anyways, we're there. We're sitting there for like 5 minutes, and then the nurse calls her to go in to see the doctor. So I was like, "Oh, okay, well, it's fast." So 5 minutes later, he comes out. He's like, "Oh, we need to go get an X-ray," and I'm assuming you live in the U.S. I'm not sure. Well, do you live in the U.S. or a different country? But in the U.S. getting an X-ray, Canadian, okay, Canada. Well, you guys have sort of like an NHS program, so maybe kind of take a long time too, like in the U.S. But like in the U.S. getting a what is it called? An X-ray can take freaking like a week, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. I don't know. Anyways, like I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Oh man, we're gonna be here forever." No. So after he talks to me, then he walks to the X-ray machine, and he's there for like 5 minutes, and it's finished. Then he comes back, we sit down, and we're waiting. And he's like, "Oh, okay, it's gonna get sent to the doctor." And I'm thinking, okay, all right, 30 minutes, that's not too bad for a doctor visit. So we're waiting. 10 minutes later, the doctor calls him back in. He's out of there in 3 minutes, apparently has a pneumonia. So like this whole trip, just to see a doctor is about maybe 20, 30 minutes from the time we walked in the building, okay? And so we're going to the cash register, and like it's all different. Like they have like this cash register waiting room, and they have these monitors with queue numbers and stuff like that. So we're sitting down. There's not too many people there in these beautiful, seats, and you can see the view of Bangkok in the city all around. They call his number. They give him his medicine, and guess how much it costs? And by the way, this is without insurance. I know in Canada it's all free, but just think of being like American, and how the health system sucks there. So he gets his medicine and he pays, and it's how much is it? It's about 7,000 baht. 7,000 baht in American dollars is about $230 with a doctor visit, a X-ray, and medication at the 9th best hospital in the world. And I'm like thinking to myself, the 9th best hospital in the world without insurance costs $230 with a fucking X-ray. And so, can you believe that? So anyways, the whole moral of the story is that if you want to get your chin done in Thailand, it probably will cost a lot less than I don't know about Canada, but it would cost a lot less than if you did it in the U.S. for sure. Anyway, medical procedures, the best in Thailand. Mr. Bucket Sama, thank you for viewing the page. I'm doing this mukbang, which is like where you eat and talk on the stream. So anyways, Thailand's really good for medical tourism. Yeah. And the doctors here are really good as well. And it doesn't take too long. So we have so Bucket, this is a Spring. She she came to see our stream, and then my friend Kael, who's in Where do you go? Hong Kong. Yeah. So I've been watching Bucket play Final Fantasy VI, which is like my favorite, like most favorite game. Giving you some advice. Thank you for listening. You know how like some of the gamers say, you know, no backseat gaming, no backseat gaming, whatever it says. Like when I see that, I feel kind of like sad because I kind of want to, you know, talk about the game a little bit. But you know, some of the people online, they're kind of like these pro gamers, and they don't, you know, do stuff. And so, anyways, so this is Twitch though. I've been playing for 76. Yeah, I don't understand times when people don't want it, but most of the time it's more engaging. Not sure if you know the game. Oh, Fallout 76. Oh, okay. You know, guys, everybody in here probably knows video games a lot better than I do. I feel like such a novice. So, forgive my lack of my lack of knowledge about the game. I like to watch them. I don't consider myself very good at them though. I try, Bucket. It's just because I love that game so much. You don't even know. Like, I'll dream about it. I know, Kyle, you should definitely try those games. I mean, you know, they are retro, and they're, you know, easier. I'm not easier, but they're like, you know, less doing stuff. I have a hard time doing some of those games. I remember, so my brother used to live in Honolulu, and there was one time like I was flying to Japan to go visit, I think Kiki's our friend. So he took me with his friends, and all of his friends were playing Halo, I think on the Xbox One. And I remember they had this huge bong, and you know, people were like smoking stuff. And I don't know if we're allowed to even say that. Well, this is in the past. So anyways, so you're smoking weed, and it's like, I mean, the bong was like fucking really huge. And by the way, you know, I've smoked weed before, but at that time, I have never used a bong. And this bong was like, God, it was like fucking, like, the tube thing was like that big. And anyways, so I'm smoking at it, and then they're helping me, and then, you know, there's like a hole where you plug it in, and then the smoke kind of fills out. Anyways, and I took a big inhale, and I didn't know how to, you know, use it, right? So I was so fucking stoned, and then they gave me the remote controller to play Halo, and I was on this motor thing, and it was like moving around. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it, and you know what it is? I don't think it's because was stoned either. I think it was what is it called? You know when you guys play with controllers? Like, you know, like the PlayStation controllers and stuff like that? For me, like, you know how, like, you press up and it goes up and stuff like that, or down, you know, up. I have to invert my buttons in order for me to, like, do it. Let's see. What are people saying? Let's see. So you teach over in Thailand? Yes, I do. Well, no, actually, I'm teaching in. My job is actually in China, but my first teaching job was actually here in Thailand. Let's see. They're so fun now. Always had to play, but now I'm down to watch. That game looks fun. I might give it a try. Okay, I'll be streaming later today, but Mako helps a lot most of the time. Well, it's like I'm playing too. Please do. So good. Let's see. I'll stay tuned to it next time you stream. Thank you. Much appreciated. LOM, just really happy to be here. Yes, same. I know I have like issues typing. You did a little correction. I can type pretty good, but like I'm a fucking bad speller, and I'm a terrible speller. Like, I will go. Oh, you missed it. I ate this really delicious sandwich. Like, I don't. Here's. Wait, where's the box? What the hell did I do with the box? Well, anyways, it came in this box. So this is Arnold's. Okay. So in Thailand, like it's they don't usually eat burgers, especially beef, because Buddhist countries don't. No, I didn't eat the box. I'm not gonna eat the box, Kale. But this place they sell like really good, really. Oh wait. Oh, sorry, I forgot that I. Oh, here's the box. I forgot that I was looking for the box. Anyways, this is the box. So it was. What am I gonna do with the box? I don't know. What should I do with the box? You guys are the creative people. Advise me, wise people of the stream world. I don't know. I guess I was gonna throw it away. These are really nice boxes. Don't you think these are like the packaging for this place is quite good? You want me to? Well, I'd have to cook this thing. It'd be some good fiber. At least tomorrow I can, go to the restroom, knowing that it'll be all wonderful out. All the meat, all I eat is meat. Oh, the keto diet. I know plenty of people that have been on the keto diet. My best friend was on the keto diet, and that's like unbelievable. I mean, she lost a lot of weight, but then that kind of means you get to eat a lot of fat and meat. But you don't get to eat French fries or carbs. Sorry, Buck. Wait a minute. How can you? Oh. So hopefully you can be really good on the keto diet for sure. You know what I do is I just walk. I'm like at 17,704 steps. You guys, can you see that? No, I can't. There you go. So I'm gonna break my 20,000 today because that's how I can afford to eat this delicious stuff. Why do you think I was on? Oh, it makes sense now. Spring, this is like watching like food porn for you. Like it's like you're almost like living vicariously through me. Well, keto is good. At least you get to eat a lot of meat, and I think that it works. And I think for me, I don't know. I will plateau. Like I'm not particularly fat, but I don't have a six pack. I don't think I'll ever have a six pack because I love eating this stuff so much. You don't even understand. You don't even understand how much I love it. And I just don't think I can give it up. So, you know what I do is I just walk. And so power to you, Spring. You're my hero. You're my hero. Are you gonna stay, Spring? Are you gonna stay on the keto diet for forever? I just can't get into lifting weights. I just can't. Oh, you know what I realized is I just finished my food, but I have my boba tea drink, which is, well, unfortunately, there's no ice in it left, but that's okay. Oh, so good. Spring, you can't eat sugar, can you, either? It's not to cheese. Well, oh, so good. Oh my God. Oh, I love my husband so much. This is so good. So you had some today too? Oh. Boba tea all over the place, Bucket, and it's like freaking cheap over here too. So no more paying this like freaking $5 for like a freaking boba tea. I think this thing costs like $2, and it's you can see the beautiful boba on the top, and there's like it's the brown sugar kind too, and like the cream, like, and then look at the top over here. There's like so they I don't know if they put like sugar, but then they like take a flame and they like where's my they take like a flame and they like do that on it, and then it so good. So $6, forget it. Well, but you live in the U.S. It's you gotta do what you gotta do. I understand. If I wanted some boba tea, I'd pay $6. Just less something else. All right, are you guys ready? It's so good. I'm so happy. I will say, it's not just the boba. It's not just boba. There's boba and there's the coffee jelly on top. So you like have double the consistent deliciousness in the cup. Now, this is good, but you'll see Kazarius Rex, Mr. Kael, they in Hong Kong where he lives, they have a place called Gongcha, and I think the one that you've taken me to, Kael, is oh, you got boba on your keyboard. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sorry about that. That sucks. But the boba tea in Hong Kong, oh, so good. Is it like Kael? Is it like a cheese kind of like cream? It's like a sweet and salty like thick cream with like the milk tea. I think it's milk tea, or you can choose whatever tea. Oh, it's like, it's so good. Oh, and the other thing is, oh man, so good. If you ever get a chance to go to Hong Kong, their char siu. I don't know if you will know what char siu is, but it's basically, okay, if you don't know what it is, char siu, like if you ever see like Japanese ramen, like it's kind of like that round piece of meat that they put on top, but that's like the Japanese version. Oh my god, yes, cocaine as pork, yes, definitely. Yeah, that's it. The Chinese version, the Cantonese Chinese version, char siu. In Hong Kong, like where Kaeo guys live, like it's sort of like this canteen area, and it doesn't look like super clean, but it has the best fucking char siu. Like it's like the best thing. I mean, I'm serious, the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. So good. You don't understand. It's like the char siu is just like, and then they put that kind of like, I don't know what kind of sauce it is, like a sweet shoyu soy sauce blend, and then you pour it all over, and they put oil, and it's just so I don't know about them raw foods in Thailand. I've never done that before. I've always wanted to try the raw live foods in Thailand, and all the restaurants they have there would be divine. So maybe you should try one time. I don't know about them raw foods. I don't think I've ever. I'm gonna ask my husband about raw foods. So my husband's Thai, and he's kind of like, what is it called? What is he? He's sort of like, he's kind of like, we call it in Thailand, we call it haiso. So haiso kind of stands for like high society, but he's not really high society. We just like to act like we are. Anyways, but like because of that, we like to just be careful where we eat, I suppose. I don't know if I want to try raw foods over here. The cooked foods are fucking awesome. Like Thai food. Oh, not raw meat. Okay, good. The Thai food I didn't say spit. No, I didn't say spit. No, it's probably my internet connection. But the Thai food is fucking way better than it is in the US. Like, so much better. I mean, I think the US Thai food is good, but there's just something about the ingredients, like the fresh lime and the tamarind and the noodles or the the basil. It's just, and it's so cheap. It's so cheap. Like, how much does pad thai cost in like the U.S.? Like fucking like $10-15. Like, you get a plate of pad thai for like $1.30. $1.30. Mm. Mm. So good. Anyway, Hong Kong. I forgot to get back to. Okay. Yesterday. Speaking of, so Jimmy said, let's see. Let's see. Want to go Thai? Okay. I mean, the walls of the cafeteria. Yeah, the walls of the cafeteria in Hong Kong, very sticky. Maybe that's where the flavor comes from. Flavor. Oh my god, the char siu, the what is it called? The chicken. We in Hawaii, I think we can call it ginger chicken, but it's not ginger chicken in Hong Kong. But whatever it is, it's just fucking really delicious. And then also the crispy pork. Oh, I would literally pay $300 to fly to Hong Kong just to hang out with Kaeo and eat that food. Like, that's how good it is. It's like I would fly there just to eat it. By the way, thank you, Kaeo, for always like, taking care of me when I'm there, because you guys are the bomb. Just letting you know. Sorry. Okay, let's continue reading. Did you say spit? I don't think I said spit. So no spitting anywhere. I mean okay. No, you meant okay. I'm getting lost. Not raw meat. It's cooked fruit and vegetables they make into meals like pizza and tacos. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna look that up. Buffets in Thailand are awesome and they're cheap. Yesterday, hubby and I, we went to Korean food. And like there was nobody there because like of the pandemic, so people are like scared to go in. But it's kind of like they have like a plate and you cook it yourself. But it was an all-you-can-eat like Korean barbecue buffet for 300 baht, which is like right now is like $9.80, $9.80, and so good. I mean, and it comes with drinks and it comes with like all that stuff like. Oh, buffets are so good here, and they're so cheap. Like, they have shabu buffet, and they just have so good. And then not only that, like in Thailand, they also have the food. Like, street food, in my opinion, is the best in Thailand. I think it's better than the restaurant food for some reason, and I don't really know why. But like, if you ever get to go like to Thailand and you just walk around. Like the street food vendors, like their food is gonna taste like awesome, generally speaking. Like I think even better than some restaurants and stuff like that. And it's cheap. It's so cheap. Thailand, if what is it called? If you can afford your ticket to Thailand, the rest of it is you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Like, hotels, I mean, if you want to stay at a hotel, I mean, they have, budget hotels, for like, like a motel for what is it called? Maybe like $20 a night, like for a motel. Like, hostels are like $10 like a night. Like the luxury hotels, like, are maybe half of the price, like 5-star, like, I don't know. The Four Seasons or something like that, like are like half the price they would be in America. So if you can afford the airplane ticket, the rest of it is going to be cheap. I mean, I would say, I don't know, if you can budget, like, if you're really on a budget, maybe like, I mean, I'm going to say $500, but like for spending money. But they have such good stuff there, and like tourist stuff, and you don't even know if you go there. You just let me know. I'll take you. Well, I'll take you around. I'll take you. I'll hang out with you for a couple of days, or a day or so. Take you to the hot spot. Because remember, I kind of live here. This is different for me. Like, I wouldn't take you to. I mean, I would go to tourist stops, tourist places, for you, but really for me, because I never go there. But they're always kind of fun. Like Khao San Road, like you go there, like look up Khao San Road. if you go to Khao San Road, it's like it's what everybody thinks about when they go to Thailand. Like it's very like I love Thailand, but if you ever watched the movie The Hangover 2, Khao San Road kind of looks like Hangover 2, but Bangkok is not like Hangover 2. I mean, they just kind of took like the most grungiest of places. But Khao San Road is definitely like that. But they have like, what is it called? Scorpion, like bug vendors. Like they deep fried bugs and you can eat them. They have like people who will make fake IDs or fake passports for you. Like T-shirts, all this like shit all over the place. Like little gadgets, you know, people walking around and they're like, there's this like wooden frog and they're like scraping it to make a noise, and it's kind of fun. And they have a lot of bars there and people are, you know, having fun and stuff like that. It's kind of like a backpacker, you know, kind of hippie-ish kind of place, but it's quite affordable. And, you know, they cater to, you know, foreigners. It's fun to go to. Now, of course, I'm a little older for that, I suppose you can say, and plus you can't even go there now anyway, so. But, yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to know about Thailand or, I don't know, the world, China? China's a very interesting place as well. So, the only thing about Thailand is that like in terms of pay, unless you can get like a really good job, like the pay isn't that high, which is why I went to China. And I love China, but China, mainland China is a trip. It is a trip. People are different there. They're so different. And it's like, you know, it's intriguing, you know, going to like, I don't know, China and just, it's just like different, like people. So if you go to China, you may think that people are quite rude. But the thing about, like, for example, you know, you walk in and people will just like bump into you. I mean, they will like bump into you, not like hard, just like, you know, bump into you. They won't say sorry or anything like that. But yeah, like, so you go into the trains, like people get like really close to each other. People are talking really loud. I mean, see, that's the thing. Yes, it seems like they give no fucks, but it's not that they don't give a fuck. I think it's because like they're, you know, the line that most of us have to give a fuck is at a different location than it is for Chinese, you know? Like, you know, like for example, you know, if people bump into you a little bit, like there's been many a times I've been waiting like in the train station, like in a line, and like people in back of me are like fucking bumping me with their goddamn like bags, and I'm like, what the fuck? But like, I mean, they're not like, you know, bumping me like hard. They're just kind of rocking back and forth, you know, and like you just have to realize that like that's considered to be okay in over there. Is just that's kind of like what they do. Bro, over here when I bump into someone, they say sorry to me legit. So you're talking about in Canada or in China? Get grinded on my grandpa. Kael, is it the same thing like this in Hong Kong? Canada. Oh yeah. Well, okay. That's the problem, because remember, I teach students in China right now, and I try really hard to kind of promote them to have, you know, to tell them like what they do in their own country is not acceptable when they go to countries like the US and, you know, Canada, as I would imagine. Because like, and I try to do it gently because I don't want to be like, look, You go over there, you can be fucking rude. No, I don't. I just try to tell them, because it's their culture and that's what they do, and it's culturally acceptable to do that kind of behavior. And I appreciate that. Like, I don't do it, but I can appreciate it, and so I don't get bent out of shape when somebody bumps me in the back. But I try so hard. I mean, students in my class, some of them just like burp, like out loud, open mouth, um, like in the train station. Like, of course, this is maybe more of the rural areas. Like Shanghai is not. Shanghai, Beijing, those cities are different. They're different. But like I live maybe about 3 hour car ride outside of Shanghai, which is countryside. But like, there are people that just like spit in the train station, like in the same room as the what is it called? Where you get your tickets. I mean, it's just filthy. I mean, but they don't know any better, and it's not my country, but like I remember so my school is a huge school, but there's like a little town, where stores are in that area. So sometimes I go down there to get groceries and stuff. But I remember like a woman grabbing a little baby girl and running her outside the door, and right outside the door, I'm literally out, maybe like 5 feet away from the entrance of the door, where there's like a little drain thing. She pulled down her kid's pants and had her pee right there, and you can see the pee puddle going into the drainage. I mean, that seriously happens. But who am I to say that that's bad behavior? Because it's what they do, and is it hurting me? No. I mean, would I do it to my child? No. But it works, right? I was there with you guys at Hong Kong Disneyland. What happened over there, Gail? But I love China. I mean, there are some things that are a little annoying. Like, I'm a very sensitive person, so I kind of like it when people are nice to me. So what I usually do is what I just kind of be nice to people, and smile, and this beautiful face here, right, which looks kind of a little bit Asian, so they're like, what is he? But I'll smile, they'll smile back, but like, it's just it's how it is. And the good thing is, like, if you get, like, I have some really good, I have like a Chinese bestie, and she's such a wonderful person, and we talk about stuff, and I will admit she's a little high society. So she's from Beijing, the capital. So people from the capital, they're from the capital. So it's like they're, God, I can't think of the words right now, but they're. This is gonna come off kind of racist, and I apologize if it does, but like they're kind of a little bit more. I don't want to say it. I don't really mean it. They're civil. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to. Okay, they act nice, well behaved. God, I'm just thinking. Can you imagine if this like ends up being like CNN and it's like, oh, this guy's racist because he said that. Anyways, so China's really wonderful, beautiful, beautiful landscapes. The cities are kind of all the same. You kind of go to one Chinese city, you kind of seen them all. But like the mountain climbing, or not mountain climbing, but hiking and the outdoor stuff. I mean, China's such a beautiful country. We went to Tibet, which we had to do like a long permit process. Oh, so such a beautiful area, so wonderful. This is really good. Not as good as the one in Hong Kong, but still good. So, anyways, I don't know. You guys have any suggestions on where to go? Or do you have any favorite places or favorite foods? So good. Okay, I'm still waiting for this Hong Kong thing. I didn't hear anything from you about that. So Spring, if you're still watching. Oh, Jordan and Jeremy. You guys came to watch me too. If you're still watching, Spring, what part of Canada are you from? Like, you know what? I think you guys call them provinces, right? Province. I think I've never been to Canada, but I think I've always been fascinated by things like the CN Tower, in Toronto. I've always wanted to go to the CN Tower because I love tall buildings. But provinces and territories. Oh man, I feel like being an American, we like lack knowledge of like many countries. I think Canada is such a wonderful place. Definitely need to go there. My husband went there to Quebec, Montreal for a conference, and he said it's really nice. Go get some cheer. You go get those 2 a.m. tacos, bucket. Okay, I can figure this out. So right now it is. I'm gonna find out. You're like in like Saskatchewan because of your time zone, maybe. I know tacos. We can't get. Do you guys have any good Mexican food in Bangkok? Kyle? Okay. Northwest Territories. Are any fun things to do over there? You think? No Mexican. Do you have any Mexican food there? There's not really very much Mexican food in Thailand either. Oh, Northern Lights. You're like real north then, sort of. Oh, you guys do? It's expensive. Yeah. It's kind of expensive. Well, food isn't that expensive here. Oh, Northern Lights. Oh, I'd love to see that. The green. Is the Northern Lights happening right now? I don't know. I definitely need to go to. I'm definitely gonna go to Canada just to see the Northern Lights. Okay. Like like November-ish, I think, right? Or December. Yeah, winters. Must be so amazing to see. It must be still like daytime there now too. Like at 2 a.m. like the sun is still sort of like out. We get a lot of tourists from Asia. Oh, lucky you. I think yeah, Northern Lights. I know. I'm sorry. You know, sun doesn't go down. We have midnight. Oh my god. I can't even. It must be like super like the sun, like it doesn't even really get dark in Minnesota, but the sun is still out like now in Canada. I can't even imagine that at all. So the places I've lived have been in Hawaii, and basically in Hawaii because it's kind of close to the equator, the sun goes down at 6 and comes up at 6 around that time, and it's about the same thing here in Thailand, you know. So, but I remember when I was living in Pennsylvania, it's north, so it did get dark really early, and then it, you know, during the summer it was like out really late. I mean, I know that's not unusual for you guys, but I feel like it's weird. Like my dad lives in LA. I've been there, and the sun was like out at like 8 or 9 in the afternoon. I'm just like, oh my god. In China, like, because I don't know if they have daylight savings in Canada, but like in China, they don't have daylight savings, and so the sun rises at freaking 4 o'clock in the morning. When you're trying to sleep, and but it comes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but it sets. I want to say it sets like around 7 o'clock in the evening. For Jordan and Jeremy, like, what's fun about Minnesota? Do you live in like Twin Cities, Minneapolis? I've been there once. We were just talking about what were we talking about? I was talking about malls, but I don't think it was malls. I feel like me talking is like me being on a diet, kind of, because I'm not. Usually I'd be finished with all of this by now. So, the reason why I started doing this, is because, so, last summer, so this past July, I visited back home in Hawaii, and, I was hanging out with one of my best friends, Mall of America. I've been there. It's huge. Yep. I went there during, I think, January. It's fucking real cold. Oh, fuck. I forgot what it was. Sorry. Forgive me if I have a tendency to, like, what is it called? Swear a lot. Minnesota's kind of meh because family. Oh, we love our families, but yeah. Yeah. Drive us crazy. Oh, Minnesota. Minnesota people, apparently, Hawaii people and Minnesota people kind of talk a little bit similar, because we tend, like in Hawaii, we tend to elongate our O's a little bit. Because, like in Minnesota, like, it's like, I don't, like Minnesota, or, no, you betcha. Like, we have a tendency to make our vowel sounds a little long. Oh, man, what was I going to talk about? The mall. The mall. Sorry, I remember now. The reasoning between eating, like, you can call it mukbang. So I was at my friend's house, and my friend's husband does Twitch too. So that's the first time I found out about Twitch. And I was thinking back then, like, I don't get it. Why would people watch video games, like, and like chat people? But I get it now. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. I like it a lot. Like, giving advice, talking to people, kind of like this. Anyways, so I found out about this, and they also told me about ASMR. Do you guys know what ASMR is? It's like, where they put like the microphone and they like, make like sounds with stuff, and then like for some reason, like, I was gonna say people get turned on by it. I mean, I can appreciate it. I'm not making fun of it at all. But what personality are you talking about? So cute watching you learn about all this when you're my age. Let's see. What is it called? So cute watching you learn about all this when you're my, wow. So anyways, they told me about they played ASMR, and they played the videos, and I'm just like, why do people watch this? So anyways, I'm learning ASMR and then mukbang, which is apparently what I was trying to do today, like talk and eat at the same time. The ASMR, I can kind of get it. Like, this was a couple weeks ago. I was watching this, like, I think it was like Asian Korean guy, and he was like eating like these burgers and stuff like that. You can hear all the lip smacking sounds and stuff. And Miss So Gourmet, she's I'm gonna look that up now. But but I like. Sorry, give me a second. I feel like I'm taking notes here. But the other week I was watching the guy eat it, and he had like all these burgers and fries, and I just like how the hell can people eat that much? And then I watched it, and I was kind of like mesmerized when I saw him eat it. And then I was listening to him, and he was just eating the burger so effing fast. Like, I like, you know what I mean? Like a giant, like, you know, the burger that I had. I mean, well, you guys, Spring, you saw it, but the burger, like, he had like 3 of those and like a shitload of fries, and I mean, and then when he was eating it, you could hear the sounds, and I could appreciate, you know, that might, you know, give pleasure to some people, you know, to each his own. But then, like, how fast he was eating the burger, I just, like, are you even enjoying this, or are you just eating and swallowing it? And it just felt like there was no pleasure out of eating the food. And so when I did this, I was like, my friends encouraged me to just, well, I thought, well, maybe I should do it. And so I did. And apparently, Spring, thank you for thinking the fries are real crunchy, because they were. Like, hopefully people liked it a little bit, making people hungry. But yeah, I don't get the ASMR. I've only watched food ones. But even the mukbang ones, I mean, just how much food. I think they had to do something with their lens, and they kind of like zoom into it. And yeah, they zoom into it, and then it's like, it just seems like a lot of food, and you just wonder, like, some of these people are like real tiny too, and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, how can you not be sick after you eat all of that? Like, you know, the first thing that came up to my mind when I saw my first episode is, God, he or she, I don't remember who it was, they're definitely going to the toilet and throwing that all up after that. I mean, I think it's, yeah, you know, I guess if it's okay, if it's healthy, you know, I just want everybody to be happy and healthy. But man, the way he was eating that burger was, I just felt bad for that burger. It was like that burger didn't have a purpose, and he wasn't enjoying it. It was just, yeah, it made me a little sad. Thus, I wanted to bring some happiness in the world by eating a burger and talking stories with you guys. I'm almost ready for duck. See, and just to let you know, it's in Thailand, because these are the Thai letters. Oh, man, today's a good day. Today is a good day. What is proof, Kael? What is proof? So, today's my day off. I actually have 4 days off. Thai letters, Thailand. Thai letters, Thailand. Okay. Oh, proof. Yes. Okay, I get it now. Proof that it's from Thailand. I'm actually here. Man, this pandemic thing kind of like, like bad, but you know, there's some silver linings. Like, I get to be here with my husband and, you know, eat with you. I don't think I would be able to do this if I was in China, because like, you can't can't access the internet outside. It's such a pain in the butt. I mean, you can, and I bought like this device where you can do it, like, and it's a consistent like VPN, but it's just so irritating. I just really wish that, like, I could just access the internet. I mean, you don't understand what it's like not to have Google and YouTube and be able to use that for like classes. Hell, you should be happy you still have Google, however long you're gonna have that. Uh, um, it's just wonderful, and I think that at my job, I have this. They have this funny thing where they what is it called? You work hard. So okay, regular work schedules. You work 5 days a week and you get the weekends off. Like at my school, um, at my school, like we work. How long do we work? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I just want to thank all of you folks for being here. But at my school, we work like 10 days straight. 10 days straight, and then we have 4 days off. So it's like they combine the 2 weeks together. So like my week will start on Monday and it won't end until like the following Tuesday, Monday plus the following Friday. So I got to work on the weekends, but then we get 4 days off, and then like you can do whatever you want. So you can travel around China. I usually fly back to Thailand because I love to fly. I am a Cathay Pacific Silver member, and I like going into the lounges and stuffing food. And if you haven't flown Cathay Pacific, they're a good airline. And if you haven't been to the Hong Kong airline, it's a good airport. But yeah, it's a great, it's cool. I love it. I mean, I love it. There's but I'm realizing like I want to be closer to family too. So like my husband bought me all this today. It's wonderful sugar dragon with some delicious burnt top Coke Zero. I'm very happy and very glad to be able to eat this wonderful food with you wonderful people. But as much as I want to go on, I think I have a few more things to do before I'll be on a little bit later too. I think I'm gonna continue playing Chrono Trigger today. I've been playing around with the OBS a little bit, like this streaming stuff, and like I'm trying to play Super Nintendo games on the system, but like I only have a MacBook Pro, and so streaming it like seems to like slow down my computer, so there's like a lot of lag. So what I've done is I have like this video capture card, and then I've been like on my phone I've been playing what is it called? If I'll show you. I have the Chrono Trigger app. Chrono Trigger, so you see the Chrono Trigger, right? So here, hopefully it flips over. But like, so I have this so I bought this thing the other day. I have the HDMI connected to the what is it called? To my system. I'm realizing that right now is that Macs are definitely not. I mean, I love my Mac, but I will say that Macs have some downfalls. Like, and streaming is definitely one of them. I mean, I guess if I had one of those like ultra expensive like MacBook, not MacBook, but Mac Pros, those like towers or stuff like that, it would be better. But I don't. So so I don't know. I was actually thinking about buying. I have money. I have the money, but I just, I'm trying to be fiscally conservative so that, I don't run out of money just in case. But I don't know. I might think about getting a PC just because, I don't know, streaming seems to be kind of cool. I like it so far. And, especially since this is kind of fun and I like to stream. And I just got a gigabyte. We're going to be getting a gigabyte internet connection at the end of the month, which is quite nice. And can you imagine? I think the gigabyte connection cost is like $30, like $30 or $33 a month for a gigabit connection, which I think is kind of cheap. I don't know how expensive it is where you guys are, but so I kind of want to use that bandwidth because otherwise, what did you buy it for? So, if you guys have any suggestions on what kind of computers to buy for like a PC, because I definitely kind of miss PCs because Microsoft Word works better on it. Oh, yeah, Spring, I'll follow you. Let me click on your. I gotta figure out how to. Oh, okay. I friend requested you because I clicked really quickly, but how do I? I don't. How do? Okay, I click hence. Well, I'll figure this out later. But oh, okay. I'll follow you, so I'll check out your streams. Oh, you're playing the Fallout. Yeah, I definitely didn't watch that if I ever. Okay, followed you. Oh, you have 13 followers. Now you have 14 followers. I can be your 14th follower. Yeah. So, thinking about getting a PC. Luckily, I don't think they're that expensive. Like my MacBook was like fucking $2,000. This is gonna sound like off, but okay. So before I came back to Thailand, I was actually in Hawaii, and I had just my mom. So I guess as sort of a Christmas gift, I feel I'm very grateful. My mom bought me a MacBook Pro because she was visiting me in China and my computer just like died. So like it's the computer's I had it was like a 2015 MacBook Pro, and they have a solid state hard drive, and that just like completely died, and there was nothing I could do about it. So I was so stressed out because I had so much shit on it, and I didn't back it up for a while. But she bought me one in China, and then this past time I went to Hawaii, and then we had it over there. And on the way to fly to Thailand, we have to drive on the other side of the island. It's about an hour and a half away. We were eating at McDonald's, and I checked in my backpack, and I didn't have my fucking computer, my brand new MacBook Pro. And I was like, fuck, where is my MacBook Pro? And I realized it's in Hilo. And I was just like, oh shit. And we only had, it was 2 hours before my flight was gonna leave, and I was just like, well, fuck it. There's nothing I can do. I'm gonna miss my flight. I probably could have changed it, but I was gonna miss my flight, so I just got on the flight in Japan Airlines, which was quite good, and I just winged it. And then when we got back, we went to the MacBook store, and I have a Thai credit card, and you can pay installments on the credit card. So I just bought the Mac, the 13 inches, there's like 3 levels. So I bought the 3rd level, almost the same one, and I just bought it, and now I'm paying like, what, $250 a month for 10 months. 0% interest though, for this wonderful computer that you're, seeing me on. But, yeah, I know it's rather unlucky, but I don't know. Sometimes, there's certain things I get really stressed out about, and then there's other things where I'm just like, well, what can you do? Like, this is going to be disgusting, but yesterday, I told you I went to go eat a buffet at a Korean barbecue place. So anyways, I had to go to the bathroom, and I had my earphones on because I was actually listening to Twitch. And so I had to, do my business. And so, I have like a little man purse, and I took it off. And when I took it off, it hit my, my AirPods, the Apple AirPods. It hit my AirPods. It flew off my ear and went straight into the fucking toilet. In a fucking public toilet. And I was just like, oh man. But, what am I gonna do? Like, luckily the toilet was clean. The toilet was clean, but, I was just like, well, I'm not gonna fucking leave my fucking $150 earbud in the fucking toilet. So I was just like, you know what? Well, I gotta pick it out of the toilet. So I put my bag down, I took my hand, I picked it out of the toilet, and then on my with the hand didn't go in the toilet water. I got sanitizer is like a miracle. I fucking took the sanitizer and put half the bottle all over my hands, and just like rinsed it. And then with my hand, I got some toilet paper, wrapped it in toilet paper, making sure that it was soaked in fucking sanitizer, and then put it in the back pocket of my bag. And then I went outside and washed my hands, and I was just like, you would think that you would be like fucking distraught by fucking dropping your fucking $100 AirPods in the toilet. But at that time I was just like, after the initial, oh fuck, like I was just like, well, what I'm gonna do, flush the toilet? Wasn't gonna do that, so I just picked it out, washed my hands, and then I dealt with it earlier today, so let it saute in the sanitizer, and yeah, but shit happens, right? And but it's so funny. I get like really fucking like I'll get pissed off at like the fucking smallest thing, like stupid shit too, like what is it called? I have like my Diet Coke over here. Like hopefully you're able to drink some Diet Coke, Spring, because or whatever drink you like. I fucking love diet soda. It's like drink one every day. I know it's bad. I know some people will say it's bad, but you know what? There's no evidence that says that it's that bad, and really I should be drinking water, and I'll agree with that. But fuck, I forgot what it is. Yes. Did I show you this? I showed you the Coke Zero can, right? They don't call it Coke Zero anymore though. They call it no sugar, which I don't quite understand why. But again, if you notice, you can see the Thai wording, and you can see in the back it says zero sugar as well. Love my Coke sodas. And I don't know how they are in Canada, but you notice this can is kind of skinny. They have like the skinny cans in what is it called in Thailand. But yeah, shit happens, and like I feel like, I don't know, I just have to be in the right mood. I get moody sometimes. Maybe it's because I just ate. Because, yeah, we had good Korean barbecue. And we haven't eaten in a restaurant for, like, 2 months, I think. So good. It's not cold anymore, though. But that's okay. Soda. Yeah. So, this is kind of like my life in a nutshell. Just trying to be grateful. Applied for some jobs. Hopefully I'll get them so I can move back to Thailand. Be closer to husband. But if not, I guess going to China will be okay. I mean, I just don't want to if you go there, I don't know when I would be able to come back. That's the problem. Like if it was like normal, then it would be okay. So that's my day in a nutshell. Still have to get about 3,000 more steps and play some Chrono Trigger. Although, a friend of mine, so Spring, do you ever play like retro games, or are you more of a what is it? What is the game? Fallout 76 game. Well, you used to have the Stardew Valley. Oh, Spring Roll Poppy. Poppy? Am I saying that correct? What kind of? Oh, that's kind of cool. I like this kind of retro. Well, this retro game kind of looks a little bit like Earthbound kind-ish. Yeah, I'm so bad with hand-eye coordination. Like, there's some games I would want to play for like the Super Nintendo, like that I would use like the cheat codes for, like I don't know if you ever heard about this game called Super Ghouls and Ghosts, like for the Super Nintendo. Um, it is considered to be one of the hardest games to pass because like everything kills you and you got to be like super good. But I think I might just play it and just like use the cheat code because like I get like fucking anxiety with this stuff. Like I want to win and I'm not good at certain things like Resident Evil. Like I I I can't do it. I'm not good. I have really bad hand-eye coordination. I don't know. Maybe I just have to take my Adderall and then play it. Yeah, you played that Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. I love to watch it. I remember my brother playing like Resident Evil 2. So fun, so good. But they just made the one for the PlayStation 4. I have a PlayStation. Oh, but I think I would get real stressed playing it. And you know, if I'm gonna do this, like, I feel like I gotta stream things that I'm good at least initially. Because in that way, if I fall off my ass and like lose all the time, it'll be like okay. It's kind of like playing. Have you ever played Tomb Raider before? I've never played it, but like the new one, I've never played it, but my friends have played it, and it's like freaking Lara Croft like dying all the time. That'll be me in Resident Evil. But if you you know, if you put on the cheat codes and they can't kill you, then less stress, more like storytelling. I'm sure that you don't need it though. I'm having a feeling that you're pretty decent at these types of games. Yeah, I do love me some. Have you ever played the what is it called? Zelda Breath of the Wild? Love that game. Love the Zelda. So good. Oh. Yeah. Anyways, I think. Well, actually, I have a question. Have you ever? There's a game that I was gonna buy on Steam. I forgot what it was called though. I don't have a Switch, but I've always wanted. Well, if you can afford it, you should definitely. I love Zelda, and I'm usually not one of those for the adventure games, but I was sucked into that game. It's super good. But I just like, and it's easily like 120 hours, you know, to play. But yeah, I think that. I'm trying to look for this one game. Undertale. Have you ever played the Undertale before? So I had a friend who suggested this, and I think I'm gonna buy it because I can actually play it on a Mac. Which it's kind of funny because I can't like. There's so many things I can't really play on Macs for some reason. Anyways, I think I'm gonna do another 8 minutes, and I'm gonna kind of like. Hey, can I have a question? I want to ask you a question. So when I talk to you, like, and then answer your question, because you just said no, I haven't. How long does it take, like, until I read it or respond to your message? Because sometimes I think it's kind of rather delayed. 30 seconds. Oh, shitty. I don't know. Do you know if there's any way to like reduce that lag time? Maybe I'll ask Bucket, because Bucket he plays Final Fantasy 6, and he's going through all the Final Fantasies right now, but I've been noticing. Oh, Bucket. So how long does it take for a text to like go through in the system, like if I type it? Because In your settings, turn on low latency. I wonder if I actually think I didn't do that. Did I? I think I. Well, I think I might have turned that off, but all right. Oh, with a Twitch. It's not on Obia. Okay. All right. Thanks. You're like my what is that called? My teacher, Sensei. So you should change your name to Bucket Sensei instead. You both know. I'm so old, you guys. I know this face looks beautiful, but like, if you had to guess, how old do you think I am? Because I'm gonna kill another 5 minutes with you guys. Oh, well, that's not the question I asked, though. That's not the question I asked. 27 and 26. Wow, would you be surprised to know that I'm actually 34 and will be 35 this year? Let's see what the answers are. I know this face does not look old. Yeah, I know. It's the Japanese genes. It's the Japanese and Hawaiian genes, I guess you could say. So I'll look this good, and then all of a sudden I'll look like super old. All of a sudden. Thank you for saying that I look good for a 34-year-old, because, you know, I've been trying. Actually, I don't really do very much. Like, my hubby, he's like uses skincare products all the time, but I just, you know, I use face wash. That's about it. Wow. So, how are the tacos, Bucket? Hopefully the tacos are feeling kind of good, or eating kind of. Where did you get the tacos from? Freaking, it's 2 a.m. to 2 a.m. tacos. Man, I miss tacos. Oh, you got nachos instead? Yeah. You know, like when you go to the restaurant, you're like, oh, I want tacos, but you're like, I don't know. And then you go there and like, oh, the nachos look really good, and you buy the nachos. Yeah, Vegas food is, but they put some beans on it. You don't like beans? It depends on what kind of beans, though, right? I just asked for meat and guac. Oh, so you didn't want beans. You wanted meat and guac, and they didn't listen to you. Sorry. It sucks. Vegas. I know. He's a Vegas guy. I know. I kind of like Vegas. It's sort of fun. The Strip is okay. It's kind of uppity, but I kind of like downtown. Like, we were staying kind of like, there's a jockey club, which is between the Cosmopolitan, which is kind of, I think that's kind of a newer hotel, isn't it? Cosmopolitan and the Bellagio. And like, so we stayed there, and then it was like fucking hot. It was like 112 degrees, but even though it was 112 degrees in Vegas, like Thailand still feels a bit hotter because it's dry there, right? But like, you walk outside and it was just like hot, and then, you know, go to Ross's and just walk around, and there's nothing else. My mom loved to gamble, but I think towards the end we stayed a couple more days, and we went to downtown and stayed at the Lady Luck. I don't think it's called the Lady Luck anymore. They like renovated and made it look nice. It's kind of nice hotel. It was only like maybe $100 a night, which is, my mom paid for that. So I just like, I know I'm 35 and let my mom buy. That's okay. You know, that's what she's there for, right? So anyways, so we were there, and then, you know, like, we're walking around downtown, and like there's kind of like this what is it called? Yeah, Mama Mako, I know. You know, like, you realize when your parents get older, like, they kind of like to do things for their kids, like, and feel appreciated. That's what I kind of noticed. Like, my mom visited me for like a month in China, And she literally just stayed in my apartment for like 2 weeks straight, cleaning up my apartment because I was so stressed out about teaching. And like she loved it because she just was like smoking cigarettes outside. No, no, no. So she was smoking cigarettes in my where was she smoking cigarettes? In my kitchen. So ow, I'm getting like a side pain. Um, so in my apartment, like I have like a 2 bedroom apartment. Like it's free. Like if you teach in China, they give you the apartment for free. It's quite nice. But like the kitchen is kind of blocked off, and there's a door sealing it because they like to do a lot of like stir fry stuff, and oil flies all over the place. Anyways, but she came during like November or December, and it was cold in China, and it wasn't dry cold. It was like it was like wet cold. So it'd be like 40 degrees. Spring, hopefully you know what 40 degrees are, because I know that like in Canada you guys use the metric system, which is what we should use. But it was like 40 degrees, but like the humidity is like 60 or 70%, so it's freezing. And so she would go outside. It was freezing outside, so then she would go into my kitchen and like because they cook with stir-fried food, like the vent for the kitchen is like real powerful. So she would just like smoke and then blow the smoke into the vent that would spit it out. But she just loved it. She loves taking care of the kids. That's the moral of the story. Sorry, I get distracted. ADHD. I took my Adderall earlier, but it's worn off already. God, what else? What were you talking about? Fuck, I don't know. We were talking about Vegas. Oh, there was this. So downtown, there's kind of like this big black lady, like, and she's singing, but she's not really singing. She just has like a mic and like she just has like a mic and like a sound box. Oh, who's calling me? Sorry. 5-8 is somewhere. Anyways, so she's just singing, but she's just making noise on the speaker system, and she's just like boop, 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 and she's like dancing, and I just was like, yeah, this seems to be more of the place. It was fun. We went to the Golden Nugget buffet, and yeah, and I ate like a pot brownie there, which wasn't that powerful. Like, and I paid like fucking, I think it was like $30. Kind of a ripoff. But Bucket, you remember we were talking about deep fried Oreos and deep fried Twinkies? Oh, the time I went to Vegas, the time before that, was maybe like in 2009, and they still had the place with the deep fried Twinkies and Oreos, and it was so good. And I was just so disappointed because I was like, that's why we drove 4 hours. One of the reasons to get the fucking Twinkies and Oreos, and they don't have them anymore. So now I gotta cook my own. And God, sometimes when you try to cook things, like, they don't quite come out as, somebody who has perfected them. That's what it is. Because I'm just a fat girl by heart. Best believe. I would eat the world if I could. In fact, when I was back home in Hawaii, because my mom, she has a medical marijuana card, so, let's just say when it's around and I don't have to pay for it, I can do it all the time. But I just was like eating so much. I love food. I just love it. And I like, sometimes the most unhealthiest things are so good. They're so bad for you. Like I cooked this like salted caramel chocolate pie. And like, I couldn't believe how much butter I put in there. I mean, it was just too much. That's because I've been watching like, you guys ever watch? So Paula Deen has been putting on these YouTube videos now. Man, if you want some home style cooking, you just gotta watch Paula Deen, because she makes it. I mean, her recipes are like easy, And like when she does it, she just like puts like freaking a cup of butter on everything, and it's just like it's so good. It's so rich. I love me some Paula Deen. Of course, she, I know she's done, said some things in the past, but I still appreciate her. But I made some peanut butter. What did I make? Peanut butter cream pie. Oh my god, it was like fucking really rich. Like, I went to the department store to get like a little, thingy. What are they called? Mixers, and I bought like peanut butter and heavy cream, and it was kind of fun. And then you bite into it, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna gain like 10 fucking pounds right now just taking a bite of this. Like, I couldn't finish the pie because it was just so rich. But you can't get, that's one thing about Thailand, you can't really get, there's very few places that have good Western desserts. Because they don't usually, a lot of Thai people don't like sweets per se. They just like, what do they like? Their sweets are a little less sweet because they put sugar in all their food. Like Pad Thai has sugar. God, everything has sugar inside of it. But that's why it tastes so good. It's like sweet and spicy and anyways. Man, I can't believe I've been doing this for 2 hours. You guys are so good. I feel very humbled and privileged that you guys would take the time to watch me eat my burger. Next time, Bucket, you can see me eat the burger. Sorry I left your stream a little bit early. My hubby just brought me bought me the food, and I just was like, oh, I can't wait. So I reheated it, and I'll let you know next time. Okay, well, thank you for the pro mukbang streamer. I was thinking about downloading this video and posting it on YouTube, see what happens. I'm so happy that people find this kind of interesting, because, thank you. I think this is kind of fun. It's kind of like me journaling and talking with people. But we'll see how this goes. But I think later on, maybe I still have let's see how many steps I have left. So I have 7, can you guys see that? No. 17,810 steps. So I need to get about, 2,000 more steps, which is about a mile. And then I can feel less bad about myself eating all that food. That's what I do. Can I tune into the Final Fantasy VII R stream? Well, you can, but then it's gonna be like super ultra late for you. Yeah, but of course. Okay, depending on what time you're gonna go to sleep, because I know you haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. I'm probably gonna take oh my god, I've been talking on this it's 5 o'clock in the evening already. Jesus Christ. Yeah, now you know my pain can't type. I promise I'm very smart, but like, God, typing. I don't actually. So, if for some reason you guys gotta type for a profession, which I don't know if you can do if you're a streamer, but I downloaded like, Dragon, Naturally Speaking. What is it called? Like, let's go Mako Pro Mukbang. Thanks. But if you ever need to type stuff, like Dragon Dictate is the fucking bomb. Like, when I was getting my doctorate, like, I wrote like 150 pages, 170 whatever pages. Like 70%, if not more of that, was me just talking into the computer and just typing it out, because it just is shitty. I can type without looking, but like sometimes I'll miss S's, and like my mind is going 100 miles an hour and I can't type correctly. So, whatever. All right. So with that said, I'm gonna do a little bit of a break so I can, burn some of these calories because it takes a lot of work to look this beautiful. Although, you remember Spring? Remember we were talking about doing the chin, maybe not chin chiseling, but like I noticed like if you take a look, I don't really have a neck. Perhaps I've always wanted to like get rid of this part. I gotta reduce the fat to do that. So I'm gonna go outside in the 95 degrees, 60% humidity heat and get my 2,000 more steps. I have a haircut in like 8 hours. I don't know if I want to go bed or just stay up. Well, if you want to go to sleep for a long time, the next day. Well, you are in Vegas. Like, people, like, what is it called? People, you just gotta walk into the casino for a little bit and inhale all that oxygen they pump into the air. Like, just bring in like $10. $10. Oh, wait a minute. You're not gonna go out of the house. I don't know what to tell you. I'd say go to the casino, but you got to take a risk with the corona. Wait, my guy. Spring. Okay. So 2 or 3 years ago, I paid like a personal trainer to teach me how to do weights, and I can do it. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like I never quite got the results or like what I would see as being results. I did get bigger, but with my muscles, like especially like my arms. But I would just dread going to those personal training meetings, but I paid like a lot of money to have them. And I just well, first of all, the gyms are all closed over here. FYI. I mean, I could do some burpees, but fuck. Spring, have you ever heard of the Spartan tournament? Like, I did if you know what the Spartan is, just like basically an obstacle course, and with a whole bunch of different shit. And I did like the lowest one, which is like, fuck, I don't know, it's like 5 kilometers. And they have all these different obstacles where you gotta like, do monkey bars and, swim and fucking crawl through barbed wire be it like the Spartan tournament. This was in Thailand. It was like 95 degrees. I had just got back from LA, and I hadn't been training for like 2 weeks. But when we flew back from LA, after the graduation, like we had to drive down to Pattaya, where the tournament was taking place, and I went there, and oh my god, it was hard. Like, I thought I was hot shit going through, passing all the people in the beginning, and then you get to a certain point where you cannot, like, they have this fucking 20 or 25k, kilogram, like, ball that you gotta lift up and walk across the thing and then walk it back. And then there's a woman one and there's the man one. So I try to take the woman one, and then the guy that was watching said, no, you gotta do the man one. And I was like, really? And I couldn't do that man one. Like, this is like this big fucking ball, and I just couldn't lift it up. And after that, it was all downhill. Like if you don't do one of the obstacle courses, the other option is to do 30 fucking burpees. And I'm sure if you go to the gym, you know what a fucking burpee is. So I do personal training. Oh, you do personal training? Oh, good. Most of the people don't need them. They only really need me to have someone to keep. Yeah, well, I paid like fucking $1,000 for somebody to keep me in check, and it did, because I felt like I needed to use up my sessions. I don't understand how I'm eating so much. I don't know. I had a little bit of help, if you know what I mean, or if you don't know what I mean. Probably shouldn't say that online. It's okay. Don't worry if you're eating too much, you know. You get it, girl. You eat it. Food is very delicious. Well, spring, maybe not for you, because you ain't eating any carbs, okay? I have a feeling Bucket is eating some delicious carbs that you cannot eat because you're doing keto. So I'm sorry. Keto is a commitment. Man, I love food too. Anyways, so after I did the Spartan, which was hard, I finished up my personal training, moved to China, and my fitness went low. I think I'm almost done, just trying to lose the bulk. Oh, well then there you go. So you're trying to lose all your bulk. Oh, you're doing Are you like a bodybuilder kind competition? That's pretty cool. Man. I think when I was younger, I think I'd probably be going to the gym a little bit more. But, oh, powerlifting. Oh, cool. I have a friend, actually, I have one of my best friends, her fiance, he's a power lifter too. And I actually think he went to Vegas, putting in the bucket connection, Vegas to do some powerlifting, maybe tournament and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, powerlifting. Supposed to compete this summer, but yeah, sorry. God, I hope this thing passes sooner than later. Although I have a feeling Canada is probably going to be a little bit better in shape than, the good old USA, but, who knows. Sorry, Bucket, I know you're there right now, but kind of stream is so refreshing. Mostly everyone I watch or follow is playing so many games. Having this kind of engagement is really... I always thought that this was kind of what, so what, do people just play games and they don't really, talk stories with the people that are talking? Because that's actually one of the reasons why, I enjoy going to your stream, Bucket, is because, I can, I kind of talk with you. It's not just, me watching you play. It's sort of, engaging in a conversation. Oh, it depends on the streamer. Yeah. I like more of I usually like some of the, sometimes when streamers have, 100, people watching, I don't know how they do it. How they talk to people and stuff like that. It's just so many people. Some people have a hard time playing and engaging. Yeah, well, I think playing Chrono Trigger, I won't have that much. I don't think I'll have a hard time engaging. But Final Fantasy VII Remake, I might, because man, I love it and it's pretty fun, but I kind of feel like it's sort of similar to other games, maybe, although I haven't played Fallout, how you gotta press the buttons, you gotta think at the same time, and I'm not usually that, good with that. That's why you click the button, the regular Final Fantasy kind where you press the button and then you click it and it does itself. Yeah. I guess I could play some. Yeah, I love the turn-based kind, but I think it's just because I have a hard time doing the other stuff. I think Zelda is definitely, I don't know, I had an easier time with that, and I think if I had some more practice, it would be better. Let's see, turn-based. I was going for Final Fantasy VII Remake when using the Cactar summon. Oh, Jesus. You are such a Cactar person. I do have it. So I paid I think you can pay the extra money to get the DLC, and then you can have the Cactar. But in Final Fantasy VII, the way the summons work is different. You gotta play, they only come up if you're fighting a difficult boss. I don't know how the system works. It's not like Final Fantasy VII PlayStation 1 where it's just, it's a little less complicated. But yeah, this one I just so my previous stream with the remake, it was they changed the whole story a little bit. Like they added a lot, but the last part is where Cloud has to do kind of like a gay dance with sort of like the gay club owner, and it's I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Um, I know you haven't played the original game, so I'm waiting for that. That's a pretty. I think that's maybe my second favorite Final Fantasy. Um, Sorry, okay, I'll stop. I'll stop with the spoilers. Um, I think, uh, yeah, I think that you'll like Final. I think you'll like Final Fantasy VII. I've noticed some people kind of like it, and then they kind of like it, and then they like like some people you're surprised like they don't like certain games. Like the other person I'm watching, she didn't really like Chrono Trigger, which I like. Well, I mean, she liked it, but it wasn't like the best game. But I think it's one of the best games. But you know, I guess I can appreciate it. Like I think other people I've heard like some of them don't quite like the Final Fantasy VII either, which I think is bizarre because it's all around good game. Yeah. Oh, Final Fantasy IV. That Final Fantasy IV is my first Final Fantasy game. Um, I mean, I guess if you think about it, it's actually like my first. Oh, no, I don't have any more food. I can drink some Sprite Zero for you, or you can do some mukbang. God, I'm full already too. I mean, I don't know what I can eat. You're trying to get me fat. I know it. But I ain't gonna get fat because I, like, need fucking... You should do the mukbang with, what is it called? The Rice Krispie treats. When are you gonna make the... So, spring... This is another carb that you can't have. But Bucket loves Rice Krispie treats, and he just bought a whole bunch of what is it called? Rice Krispie. Like he's gonna make his own, and you'll find that yes, you should totally do a stream with you making Rice Krispie treats because it will be delicious and good, and I'll be envious of you. I mean, it'll be some work, okay? It'll be some work, okay? But yeah, it's okay. You know, and the thing about it, Spring, you just need it, you know, before the competition, anyways. You know, just get that muscle tone. You know, cut off all the fat, and then you can eat some Rice Krispie treats. Cause well, we can talk about it, cause you know. What happens is like you notice like so Spring, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. If you talk about like the carbs, like it'll make you crave it so much, and then when you finally get to eat carbs after this, you know, after the weightlifting, I mean the powerlifting is finished, then you can pig out on some carbs, and it'll be like the best thing in the world. Trust me. Like sometimes I know this is gonna sound bad. Sometimes like I'll skip breakfast and kind of starve myself. Like if I'm gonna get like get a good lunch, just so that I can, like it's like you're craving the food, like you're ravenous. Mm. Actually, I had a boss who had a wheat allergy. Like and actually he lost a lot of his hearing because of the wheat allergy. And can you imagine not being able to eat, like he couldn't drink beer, he couldn't like eat bread and pizza. Oh, what a life. Love those carbs. Anyways, so what time you? So you got it. Well, let's see. Unfortunate. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. He just passed away a little bit ago. He was the vice chancellor for students at my university in Hawaii, and such a good guy. But yeah, like he'd have a hearing aid, and it's just because he couldn't hear like high pitched sounds. He could only hear low pitched sounds. So I mean, so he kind of had a hard time hearing many women, just because like women's voices are a little bit higher than men's. So sometimes I would talk to him, and I just kind of like he said he would have to be looking at the person to be able to like really hear what they're saying or like understand what they're saying. But great guy, miss that guy. Yeah. Anyways, man, I've been talking for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So you're gonna get a haircut today, Bucket? It's how are you gonna do your hair? I gotta get a haircut too. I like to look kind of young. I like to look kind of like handsome, But I'm married, so there's something fun about like. Why are you afraid about getting your haircut anyways? Is it the mask? Are you one of the people that don't want to wear the mask? No judgment. Okay, I'm not judging. Not gonna judge. You do you. I saw in Vegas at the Costco, there was somebody making a big fuss about wearing a mask at Costco, and then the guy just took his card away and like, well, sorry, you can't shop here. This emoji was based off my haircut during the time, so I can get that kind of haircut. Your hair is pretty long too, I think, if I recall. That's like what, short haircut. I kind of want to look like I like it when like the sides are short, and then I kind of like it's kind of gayish, but like with the whole thing over here. Yeah, long now, but it'll be fixed tomorrow. Or you mean fixed today because it's in 8 hours? I know, it's okay. Some people say look good. People look good in hair, longer hair anyways. Although, like, I hate getting my hair cut too, I'll be honest, because I dread going into the haircut place, because I know that I want to look good and sexy and beautiful and handsome, and like, you know what I mean? And like when you leave the salon or the haircut place, like there's times where you leave and like it's not quite what you wanted. So like the person that's been cutting my hair has been cutting my hair since 2013, like 6 years already. And like I go to him because I have anxiety about cutting my hair, because I want to look good and I don't know what I want. So I want to go to somebody who will just like make me look good. You know what I mean? And once you have that trust relationship with a person, then you feel better, right? Because that like even if it's not like the best haircut, it's it's not going to look like fucked up. So I go to this guy. The only problem is, so he knows a little bit of English. He's Thai guy, and like he'll have these deep philosophical conversations with me that I just have to nod my head and like, oh, and just use my counseling training and just reflect exactly what he said, because I don't understand what he's talking about, and I just have to let my head connect dots. And like sometimes I'll be sitting in the seat for like fucking 2 hours, like for him to cut my hair, and it's just so long. I just wish he would just cut my hair, and cut my hair and just let me go. But that's the sacrifices. I'd rather do that than to like take a chance with another hairstylist. Yeah, I play Chrono Trigger actually. So what I've done is so last night I was playing it and I've been playing it. So I've been connecting my iPhone to this video capture card, and then there's a way that you can connect a PlayStation controller to your iPhone, and then I was just playing like that. Oh, you got well. It's not. You shouldn't be thinking about it. It should already be on there. Because I mean it is. I mean I really like it. It's not as complex as like Final Fantasy VI. It's a little bit simple. It's not as long, but it's what is it called? I don't know. It's just nostalgia. It's like after because I beat Final Fantasy VI, and then you would think that it couldn't get any better than that. This is back in like the 1990. Final Fantasy VI came out in 1994, and what is it called? And then Chrono Trigger came out in 1995. So this is like, Final Fantasy 3 is on a Super Nintendo was Final Fantasy 3, but 6 was 3. Confusing. But after you play that, you're just like, oh fuck, nothing is gonna beat this. And Final Fantasy 7's coming out like in fucking Final Fantasy 7 came out in 1997. Final Fantasy 6 came out in 1994. That's like 3 years. 3 years, and then Chrono Trigger comes out, and you're thinking it can't get any better than Final Fantasy 6, and then you find like a good competitor, Chrono Trigger. All right, thanks so much, Spring, for coming through. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. I hope it was interesting. Next time I'll try to bring. I don't know if I can bring too much food, but I'm full now. Take care. Have a wonderful night, and hopefully the sunlight won't bother you. Let's see. Oddly enough, my friend was telling me that like the big 3 RPGs are Final Fantasy VI, yes, Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana. I would agree with that. But I think I would actually add Final Fantasy IV onto that list too, because that's sort of like the original one. Let's see. Okie dokie. It was nice chatting with you. Have a good night. Okay, cool. Stay safe. Stay well. I would also add the Final Fantasy Hearts to you too, Spring. Final Fantasy IV. So that after you beat Final Fantasy VI, I think that like Final Fantasy IV would definitely be one to like definitely do. Do they have like the 3D Steam version? I kind of like that. The original version is good. Don't get me wrong. And if you want it for like nostalgic purposes, play that. But I think the 3D one to me is kind of like if I had to choose between playing either one, I would play the 3D one just because I don't know, because there's voices and you don't have to read so much. It's like when you start reading the dialogue, it's like you have to. Oh, good. Okay. So you start reading the dialogue, it's like more work for you. You gotta work on your pronunciation, voices. Like, I know. I have a. I think I don't know if you know this. So I've been running everything on my Mac right now, and I love my Mac, but there's just things that a PC can do that a Mac can't, and I'm realizing that now. I was just really lucky. I was there during Golden Week, so I almost got all of the. Oh yeah, that's so good, because like I noticed like on Steam, like sometimes you can get some games like for cheap, for sure. So sometimes I kind of go on there and just. Wow, I don't think I bought any Steam games actually, to be honest. But Somebody told me about this other game called Undertale. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Earthbound before? It's kind of like a JRPG, but more simple than Final Fantasy. I want to see if I can find the low latency thing on this thing. Although I might take a little bit of rest. Maybe because I've been talking for so long, even though this is kind of like fun. It's kind of like a video blog of me drinking soda and milk tea. I could eat these ketchup packets if you want. You know what? I think I can show you later if you want lowly. Yeah, that would be nice because, I have always been quite good at computers, but man, like you're still kind of young. Like I'm 10 years old. I'm 10 years older than you, but I like to think we kind of look the same age. I feel like I can't, like I'm not able to keep up with the technology anymore. I had to set up my BF settings for a stream, so well, that's good because God, I just like I'm trying to like I noticed that some people have like different panels like where it lists like the chat and like I was even noticing like some people like I was watching like the Facebook like gaming stream and some people have like this like I don't know these boxes and they can check off stuff with different icons and I mean like I watched the YouTube videos and like I'm listening to them and they're like, oh, you gotta click here and you gotta go there and then you gotta download this thing and I'm just like, oh my God, so out of touch. I mean I can do it, but it's just the brain power is low, so low. Especially, so dependent on how they want their stream to look. Well, I think your stream looks pretty good. I think like I noticed like for example, I have like this little what is this desk lamp here that's like shining at me. If you can, this is like my mess. It's like my desk lamp. I don't know if you can see that, but and I have damn it, my thing hates me right now. Are you connected? But so desk lamp and then let's see, what are you saying? It all depends on how they want their stream look. I think looking simple. Yeah, simple is better. That's why I'm so minimalist. I also take pride in lighting, camera, and mic. Yeah, I mean, so what do you think? Do you think I should invest in like the lighting is quite good, your camera is very good, and your mic is good. I mean, I was thinking about maybe investing in buying like, I don't know, a camera. But yeah, I'll help you in this. Yeah. Because I think I don't know, this is kind of fun. It's sort of like a hobby. And I don't know, how do you think this camera looks right now? This is just from the camera on the MacBook. Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay, thanks. It feels a little cloudy. I remember I think the first or second day I saw you streaming, I think you were talking to somebody and they were it's all just a hobby until you want to get more serious. Well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then I'm okay with that. Just having friends and talking stories like this is great too. Doing some mukbang, just eating, because I fucking love to eat. Just love to eat. Such a fatty by heart. It's not gonna be good for my heart though. That's why after this I'm gonna go walk around my neighborhood. Oh, thank you. Well, that does mean a lot coming from you because like you've been doing it for a while, and I'm just kind of talking, although albeit without food. Um, yeah. So I think the other day I saw you in a happy coat. Like, so, in Hawaii, like people that wear happy coats, what they do is they do bon dances. Do you know what bon dance is? It's very Japanesey of you to do to wear the happy coat. I've been only doing it as long as I can because they have really good support group. Oh yeah, I've kind of noticed that like all these sort of like gathering friends and stuff like that. You know, like I don't know. I think at first, when I was first thinking about streaming, uh, I was a little anxious about it just because like I don't know, like you never know if people are gonna watch and stuff, and um, but I don't know. The other day I just lit up and got a little happy times and just put it on there, and this is what happens. Like I had a little happy times before I ate that burger, which I'm sorry that you missed. Even support has such an impact. I'm noticing that, like, to be honest, just to have like, a Spring, like Spring just randomly came to this thing. Like I have no idea who that is, and like, what is it called? I was like, oh, somebody's talking to me, and then like Spring just stayed like for the like God, I've been like stayed for like almost like an hour and a half. I couldn't believe it. Well, I think this is being saved, so if you want to look at that burger, you can. It's a pretty fucking good burger. But the place I go to, they have aged steaks, like 120-day aged steaks. Now, albeit it's a bit expensive. Like steak in Thailand is a bit expensive. But have you ever had a 100-day old steak? Like, it is like so tender, and if this burger I think was made using like 30-day old meat, I think. Oh, but this is so good. It's been like my dream to dry age. Oh, you should. That's another thing you can do on top of the Twitch too, is you could like do some freaking aged steak action. Like they have like different, what is it called? You could turn it into this whole like, the process of you making the steak, and I don't know how you'll do it, but like I don't know, some people like, I feel like, yeah, exactly. Like I feel like there was like this YouTube I was watching where the guy, see, I don't know how you would do it, but the guy used I think you can use it like if you had a shitload of butter and just like put the like fucking make sure the whole steak is like has butter surrounding it so no oxygen goes in, and like I don't know, you just leave it in your fridge or something for like fucking 100, like a third of a year, and you open it, then it's like delicious. I think that would be like, you could turn it into a whole celebration, and like the Cactar 100-day aged steak session, or you can even, I don't know, you could name it Cactar, mini Cactar, T-bone Cactar, and it would be awesome. I think super awesome. And then we can, I don't know, we can watch you eat it, and then we can watch you like make it sizzle, and like, and then you eat it. Do you know how to? Hopefully, you know how to cook a good steak, because I could probably make the aged steak, but ask me to cook it, I'd probably need to practice on some shitty steak first. Ugh. Yeah, but steak is delicious, and this place has steak. It's a bit expensive. Thailand is like like Western food is expensive in Thailand. I mean, it's not that expensive, but like special stuff like aged steak is probably gonna be a bit more expensive here. But You know what you know what? Oh, I'm sure they have this in Vegas somewhere. But the wagyu steak. Oh, I have never. I mean, I've never seen anybody eat that before. But God, that must be delicious. Like butter melting in your mouth. Like. All right. So I think it's okay. Mako food hitting me now. I'm gonna shut eye. Thank you for streaming. It's actually rejuvenating. I'm glad it's rejuvenating. Hopefully, I can stop by one of your other streams. Have a safe day and get in those steps. Oh yeah, just like the cactar, I'll be running like the cactar. Well, thanks for stopping by. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I'll try to stop by the stream if you're gonna be streaming. Have a good night. Look forward to seeing that nice haircut. Okay, see you later. And with that said, thank you all for watching. If there's other people on this stream, I hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon. Okay, bye guys.